What are the strange signs of your third eye opening up, and what do they mean? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share this information with you because what sometimes I see is people putting a list of awakening symptoms. And the thing is, guys, is that not everyone's awakening journey is the same. So I'm super excited to fill you in on what these awakening symptoms are and what they actually mean for your brilliance and the capacity that you have as a kind of extra sensing person. My name is Rebecca Abraxas, and I love helping people remember their greatness. So let's dive in deep so we can rise high. So when your third eye starts to open, that's the moment in time when you start to realize that you're not just this physical body. So many of us may have that saying in our head that I'm a human being having a spiritual experience. But really, in actuality, you are a spirit having a human experience. Write that in the comments. That's a really important to take in. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. The way I see it is that we are these energy fields, and the energy gets focused, and we kind of have a silhouette of the bodies within this energetic field. Now, that's an important piece to remember what's happening as you start your awakening process, because as you start awakening, you're going to start having some strange experiences of the energetic world, which is who you really are. Some of those experiences are like seeing colors, seeing the actual colors of someone's energy field, or having lucid dreams with crazy pictures and colors in them. These are ways of seeing. Your seeing is opening up. Some other signs are that you start hearing differently. Your ears might start to get really sensitive, or you might have like extra spidey ears, spidey sensing, right, with your ears. I don't know why I say spidey, but like, in Spider-Man, they say, extra spidey senses. Anyway, has nothing to do with that really, but your hearing gets more acute. And not only will you be hearing outside sounds, you'll be hearing kind of energetic sounds or inner voices, if you will. It's not like you're hearing voices, although it kind of is. You'll start to hear sounds, messages coming in words. You may hear melodies. You may hear just a sound and you kind of know the message. So, which brings me to another symptom or a sign that you are awakening is this knowingness. You're not sure why you know something, but you know it and it's pretty right on. All of a sudden, you just have this sense. This one's kind of tough because you just, to trust that you just know something takes a lot of trust to build up. But knowing, say you know that maybe someone's body part is ailing and needs, some healing, or you just know which direction to go, or you just know what time to go somewhere to meet someone and they show up. A lot of serendipity happens with this extra knowing that's going to start showing up. The other thing you might start to notice when you awaken and your sixth chakra starts to open up is that you start to have this extra sensing with feeling. You start to feel the auric field around people. You can feel it with your own body part. You can try this example. Take your two hands, both of which have an energy field around them, and you can start to bring them closer together, and you start to feel a difference in the field. Oh, there it is. You start to feel that it doesn't move as close, it doesn't move with ease. And you might even feel kind of a spongy feeling in there. Yeah, right there. Do you notice that? Let me hear it in the comments. Do you notice when you put your hands together, this kind of spongy feeling? That's that extra sensing, that's feeling. Something else you may notice is that you may start to be like, walk into a room and feel the attitudes, emotions, feelings, moods in the room. You may have heard this as being empathic. This is your third eye opening up. This is your extra sensing, if you will, your intuition. And this can be uncomfortable because it takes a little practice to know what's yours and what's someone else's. So in the beginning, we walk into a room and we just are like, I just feel too much. I feel awful in this room, and we just want to leave. So what you can do is start asking a question. You walk into the room and you immediately feel uncomfortable or feel sad or feel sick or something like that. You can ask, wait a second, is this mine or is this someone else's? And by asking that question, you start to create a little distance between you and this sensation, and you start to realize this is not mine. And when it's not yours, you actually can have the intention of giving it back with light or consciousness. And when you are giving that back to someone, that feeling, sense, mood, whatever it is, you're giving it back with some consciousness, and you are serving them because they may have a little bit more conscious now around this thing that they're feeling. People that just start to awaken can have this empathic ability, and it can really harm them in some way if they're not aware that it doesn't have to be them. So a lot of people, when they become empathic for the first time, they start bringing it into their body. They feel like that this is theirs to do, and they want to be of service, because most people that are awakening, they want to help. They want to be helpers, and sometimes they turn into rescuers, and that's like a whole nother video. But what's really important with this sign and symptom of awakening is that you start to realize you do not want to put it through your own body. All right. Really make the distinction, if this is theirs, to send it back to them with consciousness. So what do these signs tell us about ourselves? Now, we all have different capacities. Now, as humans, we kind of all have the same capacities, except sometimes with our different personalities or where we're coming from in different lifetimes or dimensions and stuff, we have a focus, right? So you may notice that someone throws a ball better than you, or may sing better than you, or may do writing better than you. It's perhaps because the focus, right? Our personal focus is in different areas, or maybe it's just kind of like a gift someone came in with. Now, what these signs that I just talked to you about, they also key you in to where your capacities or gifts lie in the extra sensing world and with your intuition. Now, you may or may not have heard of these 4 categories: clairsentient, which is extra feeling; clairvoyant, which is extra seeing; clairaudient, that extra hearing; and claircognizant, that extra knowing, that extra sensing of knowing. Now, as we awaken, we don't all have all these things happen at once. So recently I saw a video, I think it was Jake Ducey's video, about the 11 strange things that happen when your third eye opens. They don't happen for everybody. Some people are way more clairvoyant, which means they see colors and lucid dreaming, and they see lights and they see things. If you are not having that experience, yet your intuition is increasing and your sense of knowing, yes, you are still opening the 6th chakra, but you're and you are still awakening. Your clairvoyancy is not as strong as maybe, say, the other things. So I just want to let you know across the board that everyone's awakening and opening of the 6th chakra is a different journey, and we will have different experiences that go along with it. So I don't want you to think just because you aren't clairvoyant yet that you aren't awake, on your awakening journey. Actually, clairvoyance seems to be the most common, whereas the clairaudient and claircognizant seem to be kind of less common. The clairsentient, that extra feeling, empathic abilities, that seems to be pretty common as well, but people don't realize it. Because remember that moment in time that I said, like, it's really important to realize it's not yours. For a long time, when people first awaken, they just call themselves highly sensitive people. And in the mainstream world, that's what sensitive people or empaths are called, highly sensitive, or sensory integration challenges, stuff like that. But really what's happening is they are opening their sixth chakra, and they are awakening, and they're starting to extra sense, and they're overwhelmed by it, and they don't realize how to manage it. So once you learn these simple things to manage it, like learning if it's yours or not, and how to return energy back, and how to raise your frequency in such a way so that you're not even a match for it anymore. Being highly sensitive and an empath myself, I started to realize that I didn't have to be kind of the magnet for all the shitty stuff out there once I cleaned up my shitty stuff. Because as we know, 95% of our programming is in our subconscious, so we're really not aware of it. And so when we start to really reprogram and become aware of this subconscious realm, we can start to really rid ourselves of low frequency things, and then we'll only be a match for more high frequency stuff. So you don't have to put protection up, and you don't have to put shields and everything like that up. All you have to do is step into your remembering of your ascended self. Okay, so what's happening on our planet right now is that we are embodying our ascended self, embodying that ascension energy. So what does it mean to be clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognizant? It just means that you have an area that of your awakening process that probably is more focused. So for me, it was more the hearing and the knowing. All right. And that took a little while to trust. I'm a healer, a Reiki practitioner, a sound healer. When people are on my table, I just go to a certain body part, and I just have this knowing to go there. Whereas some people will scan the body and they see it light up, or they can feel, right? When you do a scan of the body, you can feel a little blip. That isn't my biggest capacity. My biggest capacity is just knowing. Now, a lot of like crystal and indigo kids have this sense of knowing too, and it's really hard for them in school when they're doing a math problem, right? My son's like this. He's just like, I just wrote the answer down. I just knew it. And the teacher's like, well, show me how you knew it. It's like, I don't know. I just knew the answer. And so teachers are requiring to go back and do it all. And he's like, but I knew it, Mom. Why do I have to, go through all this? I'm like, well, you got to do the process too. So start to tune in to where your ascension signs or your third eye signs are with you. So are you seeing things more? Are you feeling them? Are you knowing them? Are you hearing them? What are you? Let me know in the comments. It's just a good thing to know about yourself, and to know that everyone's going to have a different kind of combination of signs and strange things, experiences that are happening to them. So by all means, let's share. Together we are remembering our greatness. So be sure to share, and just your share in the comment could really help someone else feel okay and trust their own process as well. So I hope this was helpful, and please be sure to like and ring the bell. That really helps these videos kind of be seen by YouTube so that other people can enjoy the content and learning about their awakening process, which I feel honestly is super important. This awakening process and learning about it and educating ourselves about it and learning how to be in it and learning tools to integrate it and also be in the world with them is super important at this stage of the game in the Earth's development. All you people who your third eye is opening, your sixth chakra, you are not going crazy. This is a beautiful process of blooming into your greatest possibility and remembering your true nature, which is that spirit body having a human experience. All right, beautiful people, have a wonderful, wonderful day.